What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we need to talk about OP-09. It's been awkward with OP-09, I'll be honest with you. It's been very awkward with OP-09, because we had the initial reveal, we had the tease of OP-09, actually, before we knew anything about OP-08. They gave us the tease for OP-09, like, officially, before they told us anything about OP-08, which was bizarre. It's a weird way round. Not complaining, love learning about it. It was just weird. I'm just checking on my computer now to see the date. It was the 2nd of March we first learned about OP-09. It's now the 22nd of April. It's been like 7 weeks with no news whatsoever. And now, I mean, you know the deal. We get the information from distributors in Europe first. That's just always the way. Then we'll have the official reveal in Japanese, probably in the not too distant future. Then we'll go through the whole reveal cycle in Japan. And then we'll start the reveal cycle over here. And then we'll get the cards in our hand. And job will be a good one. Now, last time around, what we saw was not a huge amount. We saw that we had a release date in Japan of the 31st of August. We generally run about 3 months behind. We saw that it was going to be 220 yen a pack, which is standard. We saw that it was going to be called OP-09, which honestly, if it wasn't, that'd be weird. And we saw that it was going to be themed after the 4 Emperors. That is to say, Buggy, Shanks, Marshall D. Teach, and Gear 5 Luffy. Now, when I say the 4 Emperors, it is a very, 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 very important distinction. Because in One Piece, there are 2 very different sets of emperors. We've got the initial 4 emperors, and we've got the current 4 emperors. So it's very important that we distinguish between them. This is the new 4 emperors. The old ones, of course, you've got Kaido, Shanks, Newgate, and Big Mom. We've seen them on merch in the past, but now we got the current 4 emperors, the canon ones, in the manga. And this is kind of important. We've not seen a Buggy leader, and I want one. We've not seen a Marshall D. Teach leader. We've seen a bunch of Luffy leaders, but no Gear 5. So that alone told us a bit. Everything? No. Not at all. But it told us a bit, and that was pretty cool. Well, now we have a bunch more information, and I, for one, am absolutely delighted. Now, a bit annoyingly, we don't actually have a release date here, which is kind of sad. But, you know, we tend to run about 3 months behind Japan. So if we take OP-08 as a nice example, we know that it is coming out in Japan on the 25th of May. And although it's not actually official yet, remember, we don't have proper official dates until they're actually officially revealed in English. That is very important. Until it's on the website, it is to be confirmed. Although, absolutely does seem to be legit. We're rocking the 13th of September, which is, 3 months and a couple of weeks. And that's roughly where we are. So if we've got this set releasing, right at the beginning or end of August in Japan, beginning of September, we're looking at a December release date. Probably early so they can get the Christmas shopping in. Bit sad. So what do we actually know? Well, we've got some information. Here's what we've been told. A special booster pack to commemorate the 2nd anniversary. More on that in a moment. The cards included in this release are more luxuriously designed than ever before, making them irresistible additions to any One Piece fan's collection. I have no idea what this means, and unless you work for Bandai and are breaking your NDA, you have no idea what this means. No one knows what this means. What it means is they're doing something special. Now, this was a prediction that I made, but it was a very easy prediction to make. Like, when this was first revealed on the stream in Japan, we were told this was a set to commemorate the 2nd anniversary. That's not new information. That was, like, literally the first thing we were told about the set. Well, what was the set that commemorated the 1st anniversary? It was OP-05. And OP-05 was special. And I've been telling you guys all the way along, since the beginning, since we first learned about this set, I have been telling you to pre-order this as fast as you can. If you see pre-orders for this, jump on them. Because this is going to be the new OP-05, certainly thematically, certainly in terms of how Bandai are treating it. which it makes sense it would be the new OP-05 in terms of how annoying it is to get hold of. And remember, OP-05, we had those lovely special rares, but they made sure to put Yamato and Uta and Nami. Really popular characters. There were 3 manga rares, including Luffy. We also had Kid and Law, so, it was cool, all of that. But Luffy was the big one. And then we had the Oda-drawn Luffy and the signed Luffy. OP-05 was a big deal. It was a special set. And I know that the cards in this release are more luxuriously designed than ever before, making them irresistible editions 21 Piece Fans Collection. I know that doesn't tell us anything specific, alright? But look at the cool stuff they did for OP-05. Look at the fact that we know that they are planning something cool. And this all just adds up to a ridiculous set that is going to make people very, very happy. OP-09 is going to be a big deal. I can't wait to see what it is, and like the second we know what it is, there will be a video going up on this channel explaining all about it. But for now, that's all I can tell you. The new 4 Emperors take the helm in the 9th pack. Luffy and Buggy finally appear alongside Shanks and Teach as the new 4 Emperors. Many One Piece Odyssey themed cards also make their debut in this pack. There is a typo, I'm sorry, not my website. Offering players new strategic possibilities. There's 2 things going on there. Firstly, the 4 Emperors. Now look, we were shown the 4 Emperors, and we know it's called the 4 Emperors. Now we've got confirmation that it is a set themed around the 4 Emperors. And like I say, this is a very big deal. Just as a side note, when it says Luffy and Buggy finally appear alongside Shanks, that's not necessarily referring to cards, because it took Luffy and Buggy a long time. Like, they were in the very beginning of the story in the anime and manga, and it took a long time for them to become emperors, so that might be a nod to that, rather than specifically cards. But I've called it before, and I'm calling it again here. If we don't get a Buggy leader, I'm going to be absolutely stunned. I refuse to believe we're not getting a Buggy leader. Yeah, we're going to get another Luffy leader. We had a Luffy leader in OP-01, and at the same time, we had a Luffy leader in Starter Deck 1. It's not like we're waiting on a Luffy leader, right? We've had a bazillion of them. But I do think we're going to get a really nice Gear 5 Luffy, and bearing in mind, the purple one we got in OP-05, which was an anniversary set, was a phenomenal card. So, kind of putting that out there, leaving that to hang. That was a very, very cool card. As for One Piece Odyssey, this is confusing me a little bit. Because, look, I told you the other day that the deluxe edition of One Piece Odyssey is coming to the Switch. Essentially, it's been out on everything else for a little while, since January last year. So they've turned around, and by they I mean Bandai. They basically turned around and gone, oh wait, hang on a second, maybe we release it on the Switch. Oh, but we need to do something special on the Switch. We'll release it as a deluxe edition, and it comes with DLC and all sorts bundled in. But as well as that, when you pre-order it from Japan, and it's an early purchase bonus, not a pre-order bonus, you get these 2 promos. The difference is very important. Pre-order bonus, you have to order it before the release date. Early purchase bonus, they whack these cards in the first X number of copies they make, so it is still absolutely possible to get them after release. Like, they did this Detective Pikachu for the release of Detective Pikachu 2 on the Switch in Japan, and when I looked the other day, I could still pick this up on Amazon Japan, because it was an early purchase bonus. It's just bundled in. Obviously, I bought that kind of on release, but it's there. Speaking of which, I've already ordered One Piece Odyssey, obviously. But before that, we had the same 2 characters with fairly uninspiring cards in OP-03. We then got nothing until these exclusive promos, and they are mechanically unique, and they are full art, and they are lovely. And now we're getting One Piece Odyssey in OP-09. I don't know why Bandai suddenly went, wait a second, why aren't we making more One Piece Odyssey cards? I don't know why we didn't have this around the release of Odyssey the game. But I'm kind of delighted. Look, I haven't played One Piece Odyssey. I'm now waiting for it on Switch. I've got a long journey coming up, including to Japan at the beginning of August. That's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be playing One Piece Odyssey the whole way to Japan. And then Hawaii. It's going to be lovely. So I'm glad we're finally getting those cards, even if the timing feels a bit weird. And then we're told players can use the new cards to strengthen a wide variety of existing decks. What's more, decks built around the new cards are powerful enough to give newcomers a chance to compete with experienced players. Now, there's 2 points to be made there. One, they are going to strengthen existing decks. We have no idea what these decks are. I can give us some decks. I can go, hey, maybe it's OP-01 Dofi. Hey, maybe it's Rebecca. But I'm literally just naming random leaders. Like, there is absolutely no reason for me to believe it's those leaders that are getting boosted. So, like I say, I can guess some leaders, but I'm literally just making stuff up. And so is anybody else that guesses leaders. Sorry. Although I did pull and sell my OP-01 Dofi. So I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't be upset if that card never becomes good. And I needed to. It was the right thing to do at the time. But, yeah. Kind of hoping that card doesn't become amazingly good. Sorry for all the Dofi fans out there. Like Ben. Sorry, Ben. And then we're told that the new cards are going to help you to compete. This is actually a big deal. Because there are a lot of older cards that people need in their decks, which are very hard to get hold of now because they're old and they're expensive. So there might be a good thing here whereby you can make new decks without needing older cards, which is going to really help newer players. Again, that's something we'll have to wait and see as time goes by. In terms of the rarity, 6 leaders, 45 common, 30 uncommon, 26 rare, 10 super rare, 2 secret rare, 2 special rare, and 1 treasure rare, and a Don card. The only interesting thing there is that there is a treasure rare. Everything else is as we would expect. But the fact that there is a treasure rare is a big deal, because of course, Japan, as it stands at the moment, hasn't gotten the treasure rares. The only one we've got is the Nami from OP-06. There is one in OP-07, we don't know what it is, but Japan didn't get one in OP-07. So we're getting these treasure rares, and it's very cool because it's stuff that, at least as it stands at the moment, Japan hasn't got. It's just for us. It does mean we're going to have to wait a long time. Like I say, we still don't know what the OP-07 treasure rare is, but it's nice to have something just for us. So there we go. That's what we know. That's what you need to know, and now it's over to you guys. Give me your hopes, your dreams, your predictions, your anything else for OP-09. Go nuts in the comment section, but be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk about One Piece and a bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wasi Plays.